Pregnancy has been great, but I have pain rolling over, getting dressed, sometimes walking. It feels like my pelvis is ripping apart or being pulled apart. But other than that, pregnancy has been great.
You are listening to Belly Birth Beyond with Pelvic Floor Mama, hosted by Becca Boving, a PTA, mom of two, and now your go-to pelvic floor coach. Welcome to the safe space where no topics of motherhood are off limits and judgment is left at the door. Too many mamas are dismissed when they've got valid concerns. If you're sick of hearing that's normal when it feels otherwise, keep listening.
Pregnancy has been great, but I have pain rolling over, getting dressed, sometimes walking. It feels like my pelvis is ripping apart or being pulled apart. But other than that, pregnancy has been great. Does this sound like you? I hear this from moms every single week. Do you think your pelvis feeling like it's being pulled or ripped apart is normal? Do you think this is something that pregnancy should feel like? I understand this is so dang common, Mama. You are not alone if you're struggling with this pain. But let's talk about it, okay? If you've been told it's normal, like if you've talked to a provider, if you've talked to friends, family, this is where there's a little bit of a disconnect. There's like the lack of education and support surrounding pregnancy, pelvic floor, birth, postpartum, etc. And your provider does a great job about keeping you and your baby safe throughout your pregnancy and your birth experience. But my job's just a little bit different. My job teaches you about your pelvic floor. It allows you to be able to move, whether it's just standing up, rolling over, walking. Maybe you want to work out again or exercise, but this pain is preventing you from being able to do that. That's where I come into play, and that's what I'm trying to help you with. So we're going to talk about this. What the heck is this pubic or pelvic pain that you're experiencing, and why does it happen? So often you're told that it's just the hormones, it's just your baby's positioning, it's just part of pregnancy. You can take a Tylenol, you can use a belly band, you can try heat, but really you just have to wait until your baby's born for it to feel better. This is not true. And here's where this fails so many moms. The pain does not come from hormones like relaxin or your baby's positioning. However, these two things can increase your pain, but they are not the cause of your pain, okay? This is an instability within your pelvis. So every time you go to roll over, stand up, walk, your pelvis is shifting. And that shift is what causes a lot of pain. It feels like your pelvis is being pulled. It might feel like you have a bruise. Some moms say that it feels like someone took a bat to their pelvis. A lot of moms talk about groin pain and it feeling like they pulled their groin. All those types of things. So pubic or pelvic pain is a type of pelvic girdle pain. Okay, pelvic girdle pain means it's pain within your pelvis. This particular pain in the front of your pelvis is pubic pain. So it's symphysis pubic dysfunction. It's that joint right in the front of your pelvis, and it's shifting, which should not shift or be able to move. And that's why you're having that pain or discomfort. It can get better. It's not just gonna miraculously get better after you give birth to your baby, because like I said, the problem is not the hormones, it's not your baby's positioning, it's the shift. And after you give birth, some moms have some relief, some moms don't have any relief at all. It is because that shift is still there, that instability is still present. And so a lot of moms feel like they did something wrong postpartum, and it's really hard to take care of yourself and to be able to figure out what's going on when you're taking care of a newborn. So I like to provide you with the help and the support that you need during your pregnancy so you don't have that pain postpartum. It can get worse with a second pregnancy or another pregnancy after this one, sooner and more intense. And I don't say it to scare you. I say it because that problem was never fixed. And so how we fix that problem is by learning the basics of your pelvic floor. I don't mean Kegels. I don't use the terminology Kegels. I don't think anyone really truly knows how to perform a Kegel appropriately. Like so many moms are like, am I even doing it right? I don't understand. So I don't use that terminology at all. And to be truthful, your pelvic floor is probably too tight and tense. It's doing a lot of work. So Kegels are just going to add to your problem. So your pelvic floor makes up the bottom of your core. Okay, and so it acts like as a hammock to your bladder, bowel, and uterus. During pregnancy, it helps support your baby as your baby grows, and it has a lot of responsibility. And if your core and your glutes aren't working how they should be, your pelvic floor has more responsibility and it can tighten. This imbalance between these three areas can create pain and dysfunction. And it's not your fault. It's not something you did wrong. It's just something that moms aren't taught about, and we need to start teaching you. So what you can do with this pain is I teach a 3-step method in the Ultimate Mama Bundle. It's so many moms are like, I've been doing all the exercises and all the stretches and it's just not working. So this isn't going to work for me. I don't start with stretches or exercises. If we just go to exercises and stretches, we're just putting a Band-Aid on it. We're not actually fixing the cause of your pain, and we're not actually addressing what's going on. We're just trying to get you through your pregnancy, which I want you to get through your pregnancy without feeling like, am I going to survive the end of this? Just get this baby out. I'm so over it. I want you to be able to enjoy this pregnancy as much as you can. Even if you hate pregnancy, even if pregnancy is not what you expected or it's just never been your thing, that's totally fine. That is totally fair. But you shouldn't have to struggle in pain and struggle to walk and just get through your day. You should be able to function as a normal human being without having this pain or discomfort. And so many moms don't get that chance because we're just brushed aside and told that your pain is normal and it's just a part of it. But it doesn't have to be this way. So this 3-step method that I teach inside the Ultimate Mama Bundle, it starts with learning your pelvic floor. And like I said, it's not just Kegels. I'm talking about breathing correctly. So many of us just don't breathe and we hold a lot of stress and tension and tightness, and whether it's in our jaw, if you grind your teeth, if you always have stress in your shoulders or chronic headaches or things like that, all of this plays into the tightness and tension in your body and especially your pelvic floor. Our body's all connected as one, and so we need to address just simply breathing and allowing your body to relax. Drop your shoulders, let your jaw unclench your glutes. If you've been squeezing your butt and clenching your cheeks, we need to let that go. Find a bra that actually fits you, especially during pregnancy. I know it's so crazy because your breasts are continuously growing, and even right after birth, it feels impossible to find something that fits you. So find a maternity bra if you need to. Find a nursing bra, something that can grow with you and support you without restricting your breathing. We want to make sure that you can breathe the right way, and this is one great way to be able to do that. So the basics of your pelvic floor, simple things like breathing, learning how to engage your core, your pelvic floor, things like that. Then you need to learn how to support your pelvis so you don't have that instability or that shifting taking place that goes back and forth. We need to be able to support the pelvis so when you stand up and you roll over and you get dressed, it's stable. It's not shifting because that shift is what causes the pain. So when you learn your basics of your pelvic floor and you can take those basics into everything you do all day long, standing up, picking something up, getting dressed, all of those things, you do them all day long, right? So if we teach you how to do them correctly and we teach your body what we want it to do, then you have less pain. And then you don't have to do as much exercises or stretches or strengthening because you're constantly creating this habit and you're constantly teaching your body what it should be doing instead of what it's been doing. This is step 2. Then step 3 is the fun part. It's when you get to add in the exercises and the stretches that are right for you. Not everybody needs the same things. This is why the Ultimate Mama Bundle has like a tailored, personalized plan specific to you. It has support from me throughout every step of the way. There's so much for you. It's not just, here's a program, good luck. You don't even finish the program. It's just designed to have more personal care for you each step of the way, through your pregnancy, through your birth, and through your recovery. This is so important because, Mama, you're pregnant, your pubic pain, it's not just going to go away after you have this baby. And I don't say that to scare you or be that mean person that's like, oh, you're that person that just says, just wait. I'm not saying just wait, but I don't want to lie to you because you've been lied to enough. And it's just this, it's no one's fault. It's just this gap within our healthcare about pelvic floor that I think is starting to eventually having more information and more support surrounding it. And there's more pelvic floor specialists. There's more people willing to treat pregnancy because not everyone treats pregnancy and not everybody treats pubic pain. This is important because after you have your baby, if we don't take care of the pain, it can still be painful. So teaching you how to use the basics of your pelvic floor to support your pelvis, and then doing a few of the exercises. I'm talking 5 to 10 minutes a day. You got 5 to 10 minutes a day, right? You can wake up and do 1 to 2 minutes of something, lunchtime, pause for a minute or two before you go to bed. Maybe you could do 3, 4, 5 minutes so you could sleep better. Literally just 5 to 10 minutes throughout your day. That's all you need to be able to find some relief from your pubic pain. And I can guarantee you, you will feel relief within 2 weeks or less by just doing these 3 steps. Proven from so many moms who have gone through this before you. I want you to be able to feel relief. I want you to be able to move without having that pain or that discomfort. So taking care of it now throughout your pregnancy can have a better birth experience and an easier recovery. And when you recover and when you have the support and the guidance, we're not just waiting 6 weeks and hoping like everything heals in that time, because that's not how it works. Our body doesn't just magically heal at 6 weeks. We're not saying like, all clear at 6 weeks, go do whatever and anything you want, right? Not everybody's there yet. And in those first few weeks, that's a crucial time where you can help your body heal better and recover easier by doing these basics of your pelvic floor and supporting your pelvis throughout those early stages. So it's not just, let's take care of your pubic pain. Let's do that. And let's also make sure that you have a good quality of life after your babies. So you're not peeing yourself when you jump on the trampoline or stand up or walk or cough or laugh too hard. Let's make it so you can go on those walks with your kids and not feel like your body is breaking. Let's allow you to be able to baby wear without your back feeling like it's going to give out on you. All of these things are things that can be helped with just understanding your pelvic floor. And a lot of times the pubic pain postpartum that moms experience is not just pubic pain. It shows up as like back pain. Like I said, when you baby wear or when you've been standing, it shows up as like hip or pelvic pain. A lot of times there's pain with intimacy. And then there's that pain when you don't want to, coughing, laughing, sneezing, etc. All of those things can all be helped by implementing this 3-step process. Learn your pelvic floor, be able to support your pelvis by learning what you learned in step 1, and then adding in the exercises, stretches, maybe even strengthening to all help support you so you can feel comfortable, strong, and good in your body throughout every step of the way through motherhood. So many moms, I feel like motherhood maybe takes something from you and you just don't feel like yourself. Your body doesn't feel like yourself. And there's a lot of changes that take place through pregnancy that you can't control, but these are the things you can control. And your body doesn't just have to go through these things to be able to give birth to a baby, right? Like you can have a better experience and you can have like that empowerment of like, I have this ability to change how I feel in my body. I have this ability to have a better birth experience and to advocate for myself and my child. And I have this ability to recover without wondering like, what's normal? When's it going to get better? When am I going to feel like myself? So that way you can truly focus on that new baby you're bringing home and bonding and all of those things that take place in those early weeks. Because that's so important. And we talk about how fast it goes. We talk about how hard it is. And it's so, I get messages from moms all the time postpartum who struggle to be able to feel like themselves because their pelvis literally still feels like it's ripping in half. And they're postpartum, they had their baby and now they're wondering what they did wrong. You did nothing wrong, mama. You did nothing wrong. Learning these things can really help you with your pain. Pubic pain is so common, but that doesn't mean it's a normal part of it, which just means it can get better and it can get better right now. There's just some simple things that you can add into your day that you're already doing. So that way you can feel relief, feel strong, feel confident, and have a better experience throughout your journey. The Ultimate Mama Bundle there's a link below in the show notes. You can also head to my website and there's links for it everywhere. If you're not sure if this is right for you, send me a message over on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you're at. Send me an email and let's talk about it because I don't want you to just get something and be like, oh, I hope this is it, right? I want you to feel comfortable in your decisions. So I want you to feel comfortable in your body. And that's something that I think every mom deserves to have. So join the mama community, start finding some relief, feel better in your body, and let's work together. Let's get you being able to enjoy the end of your pregnancy instead of wondering how the heck you're going to survive X more weeks. And if you're a postpartum mama, it's not too late. You can still find relief too. I'm sending you so much love.
Nothing is TMI when it comes to motherhood, and common doesn't necessarily mean normal. Always trust your gut and never stop advocating for the care you deserve. If you enjoyed this podcast, help it reach more mamas like you by subscribing and leaving a review on your preferred listening platform. Keep in touch with me on Instagram by following Pelvic Floor Mama. See you next time.